Welcome back, everybody. You look so fancy out there. This is why she and I am your host, B Love, and like always, I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
Ooh, India Marie and B Love, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need, but you got us and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on a Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Monday. Give it up for yourselves out there right now. It's funny. Before we came on the mic, India told me straight up, I'm not here for any of your nonsense this episode. So if that's how you're about to start off, I quit. She told me straight up. She said that.
I would like to say that I was joking and lying, but I wasn't.
And so
I'm just not in the mood. I'm
not
tired.
But see, my rebuttal would be to her. If I come on this podcast and you roll your eyes to me at me during the intro, I quit. But you know I'm never going to quit. So she got the one up on me. Because why you get to roll your eyes at me like that, Queen? I don't like it. But you do it every time before we pod. It's all good. How was your weekend? I ain't trying to get in. I'm not trying to have no arguments tonight. How was your weekend?
Yeah, it was good.
You got to know how to fight your battles.
I didn't do nothing this week. I didn't do anything this weekend.
Yeah, we didn't. We were at the house. Birthday party. We had a birthday party. Shout out to my guy Safa. We had a birthday party. Me and Blake did at the trampoline party. We keep telling y'all, that's the way to go. Don't have a birthday party at your house. We told you this before. But the bad thing about it is Blake has a social calendar much larger than ours. And I don't like it.
And then I'd be saying, like, I want to get out more. I want to do things.
Yeah, you do say that all the time. But you
actually don't.
You don't. That's why and I tried. I said, India, do you want to go out and come out and kick it with us? Nah, I think we just gonna do X, Y, Z and then come on home.
You asked me if I wanted to go to the birthday party. No, I don't want to go to the birthday party.
I said, do you want us to meet you somewhere after the birthday party?
Oh, you did. I said no, because it was gonna be late.
See what I'm saying?
It was a late birthday party. The birthday party was from 4 to 6.
The sun is out right now, though.
So
it don't even matter. The sun is out.
Not. And I ain't feel like it.
The sun is out.
Unpopular opinion. I do not like party bags.
Huh?
From kids' birthday parties.
Hey.
Her birthday party bags from kids' birthday parties.
What's wrong with that?
They're just full of nonsense.
Popular opinion.
It's just like, and then somebody out there gotta relate to me, but most of the stuff ends up in the trash can. Most of the stuff ends up in the trash can.
The little trinkets end up in the trash can, but that candy, if you don't let your kid eat it all, you're going to be the one devouring that candy. So, I mean, it goes hand in hand.
Like, for instance, Valentine's Day. Blake came home with a bag full of, like, Valentine's Day things.
Yeah.
From his class party. Blake forgot about it.
And we threw it away.
That bag sat in a corner.
Yep.
Up until this weekend.
Yeah.
It sat there so long. I couldn't even remember what was actually in the bag. Then I went and I was like, "Oh, this is Blake's Valentine's Day." So it all went in the trash can.
But the thing about it,
went in the trash. It's
he
so
knew
wasteful.
where it was. He knew where it was. He just wasn't thinking about it because he was like, "I want some M&Ms," and I'm like, "I don't think we got any M&Ms." He was like, "Yes, we do. I bought some M&Ms home from school." I'm like, "Huh?" It's in the cabinet. And I'm like, oh, man. I said, bro, these M&Ms might be old. They were still lit. He ate them. If he had the stomach flu, it's not because of me. But
I don't know.
I'm okay with the party bags, the candy inside, the Twix only. I'm not a big,
The best kid's birthday party favor that I think he has gotten, in my opinion, we went to a birthday party last summer.
What was it?
And she gave out Paw Patrol canvases. So it was like a canvas.
I remember
it was a
that.
picture of Paw Patrol, and they could like paint. That was perfect.
But
it
where
was
is
an
that
activity.
Gonna go? You know
I don't care
what I mean?
where it goes, but it was an activity that kept him entertained. He enjoyed painting his Paw Patrol picture. I didn't have to worry about him bouncing off the walls from the candy. It was great. More gifts like that.
I think, I'm going to agree and say coloring books are good, like party favors and things like that. But the candy, it gets a little wild. And I end up eating the Twix out of the bag. Only kind of candy I like, and I'm trying to do better this 75 days. So here we go. Now, listen. Before we got on the podcast, my computer almost went dead. Y'all almost didn't get an episode this week because my computer is terrible. I'm going to put up a GoFundMe link at the bottom of this episode. Y'all make sure you drop your boy $5 to get a new computer. I'm just playing. I'm going to get a new computer, though. However, I want to jump right in and talk about something. I couldn't even put my sound effects on it because I'm scared that if I do anything to this dumbass computer, it's going to break. But
don't call it dumb. Appreciate it for all the love it's giving you. You've had that computer for a very long time. It's run its course.
About to take it out to the pasture tonight. Y'all go ahead and sing me a song because it won't be here next week. Now, you know I'm not lying. Once I say it, believe it. Put it in ink. If I tell you a duck can pull a truck,
and did you bet on LSU to win?
I ain't betting them $40, man. I gotta start betting big. Why do I do that, right? So when I bet, I try to be a responsible gambler. Because I know some people out there get carried away betting like $300, $400. I did that one time. And the only time I did that, I ended up losing. Me, JD, Jeff, a few more people, we bought some picks and we ended up losing. Not only did we lose the $300 that we bet, we lost the money that we paid to buy the picks. That pick was expensive. We paid like $150 a piece for that pick, and they end up losing. If I want to lose, I'm going to lose on my own recognizance. So now I don't bet. I'm a responsible gambler, so I try not to bet as big, which brings me to something I want to talk about. Consulting your significant other. Do you need to consult your partner on things such as gambling, on anything that you're going to do? Should you consult the person that you're with about big to little decisions that you're going to make?
So if you're talking about like your personal hobby of gambling, I think that you should consult the partner if it's going to affect how y'all living for the week. So like you go out and you bet $300-$400 and you lose that money.
Oh yeah,
and then all week, you know, she grocery shopping and she buying the stuff she normally buys on a weekly basis, and you penny pinching because you done lost the money and you ain't said nothing to her about it. Then yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
You'll never catch me doing that because I'm telling you, I'm not betting that much money unless I know for sure. But I'm talking about all around the board. The reason why I'm asking this is because a lot of people take the word consulting or the phrase consulting your partner to mean asking for permission. And I don't think that's something that...
I think that's people who are not actually married, because when you get married, you understand that you become one. And you have shared responsibilities.
Okay.
And like everything should be a conversation, at least. Not permission, a conversation.
But sound. Now, when that conversation turns into a yes or no answer, and then your partner ends up telling you no, and you really want to do said thing, do you have the right to continue to do it or continue to go on with your decision that you were going to make initially without consulting your partner?
Depends on what kind of house you want to have. You want to have a happy house, or do you want to have a mad house?
But see, it can go both ways. Just watch this. I told you that we were going back hiking. So me and my partners, we took a pause on hiking. So I brought it to her. I said, India, I'm going hiking this weekend. Is it cool? I phrased it like that, not really asking her for permission, but almost telling her, this is what I'm doing. Let me know if you're cool with it. If you're not cool with it, let's have a conversation why you're not cool with it and try to figure it out. Now, if you would have told me no, then I would have probably held some resentment towards you. And now the household still has tension. Now we're mad at each other because you told me no, I couldn't do something I really love.
But I also think it's important to be reasonable.
Okay.
Because I mean, you told me you was going hiking, and because it was such a last minute thing, I was slightly perturbed. But it was only because I felt like I had a lot to do this weekend around the house, and I really just wanted a break. And the only reason why I was like, whatever, I ain't tripping on that, is because I'm going on a staycation this week. So it's just going to be me by myself and I can relax a little bit. So I was just like, whatever. Go do your thing. This is your break.
All right. But once again, though, had you told me no, would have had the right to trip? Could I have been upset with you saying no? And if I would have went ahead and went on with the hike, was it being disrespectful? What is it? How does that look?
I mean, but the thing is, I'm not going to stop you from doing something that you want to do. I don't have no answer for that because...
Okay.
For one, like I said, I'm not going to stop you from doing something that I know that you enjoy. And if I'm saying no, it's for a very valid reason. If I'm saying no, it's like, Bear, you know good and well I had something scheduled for this time on this day. Okay. It's not because I don't want you to go on the hike when I know that you genuinely enjoy it.
Love it.
So, like I said, it's also important to be reasonable. I mean, I did have something that I wanted to do by myself today. And that was... so I went to the farmer's market today. And I was planning to go by myself. I was just going to leave the kids at home.
But see, watch this. You didn't consult with me about that beforehand. So you had that in your mind that you were going to do that already. You didn't talk to me about that. So should I get mad? I take
the kids with me growing grocery shopping. You know that.
I'm just asking, though. Did I have the right to get mad? Because you had that already planned in your head. Like, I'm about to go to the farmer's market, and she's saying it so cavalier. She wanted to go to the farmer's market to have some retail therapy, to walk around, have some alone time. And
the farmer's market isn't, I mean, it could be retail therapy, but I wasn't retail shopping. I was grocery shopping.
All right.
I wanted some good fruits and vegetables
retail,
for this
no matter
week.
how you slice it.
So that kind of stuff, like, you getting pressed at me for. You know we need groceries in the house.
Yeah.
You know, I go grocery shopping either on Saturday or Sunday for the week.
Okay.
So I wouldn't expect you to get mad at me with that.
I'm not.
I didn't like if you want food in the house. Listen, when you take the kids with you, it adds on a whole extra hour to the air.
100% agree. So if I can take that, if I can lighten that load for you, you know, I'm all about trying to help you out. If everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. So let me pull the kids for you. Let me get them. However, if I'm trying to go somewhere and I'm trying to go hiking, I got that already planned, and I consult with you or ask you, can I go? Then I expect you to be on board. I really expect you to. And a lot of people have a hard time with asking their significant other, can they do something or not? Because they feel like that now you went from being my partner to like my parent. And a lot of people have that issue.
Well, so I think it's also different on whether or not you have kids. Because before we had kids, you just get up and go.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point.
If we don't have anything planned today, like, I would be like, hey, I'm about to go to the mall. I'll see you later. Or, you know,
BRB.
Like, I'm about to go to the gym. See you later. You know, we didn't have to worry about that. But now that we have the kids, you have to be a little more considerate.
That's
because
true.
At the end of the day, the kids be kidding. Okay? Like,
they talk to them.
And we both need breaks from said kids.
Yeah.
At times, you know,
a lot of the time.
You know, had he, you know, him asking me on a weekend where I feel like I've carried the bulk of the work of the kids and the things in the house, and he asking me to do something, that's going to be more triggering than if I feel like I've had, you know, adequate amount of time to myself, you know, away from the kids.
What can I say? I was about to say something, but we'll talk about that. We're gonna have a Patreon soon, and some of this stuff we're gonna talk about behind a wall, because we're gonna start arguing if I say what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say it.
Nigga, what you got to say?
See what I'm saying? I don't feel like arguing with nobody. I just want to pod. I don't want to hurt nobody. Back to what I
didn't even say anything for you to feel like you gotta say something.
You triggered me a little bit. Trigger warning. But anyway, back to it. Now,
please.
Please what?
Please.
Okay, back to what I was saying. I'm about to get hot. Now, we going to a lot of concerts. We told y'all that. Over this past like 2 or 3 months stretch, we got a lot of concerts to go to. I saw something this week where Chris Brown, it was a young lady at his concert. The lady, Chris Brown called a young lady up. She was with her man. Called her up on stage. Chris Brown gave her a lap dance. And then when the lap dance was over, the dude she was with broke up with her because he didn't want her going up there. Should she have consulted with him before she took her ass on stage to get twerked on by Chris Brown? Huh?
I mean, yeah.
You can't even say it with a straight face. Do you think he had the right to break up with her then? Let's get to the nitty gritty. Chris Brown, matter of fact, we're going to see Usher. Usher say, Indy, come on up here. I want to twerk on you. And you run up there, don't even look back at me. And then you come back and sit down, thinking you ain't got the same seat no more. Your seat is gone. Somebody else is sitting right here. You might as well stay on up there with Usher. Because this ain't you. He ain't me and you ain't that. You stay on up there with him. Do you feel like she had the right to get broken up with?
I mean, he probably felt really disrespected.
Front row seats, because you know Chris Brown didn't go far. Look, right there. Row AA seat 12. Come up here, let me talk to you. Boyfriend seat 13. Left him where he was. She went on stage. What you keep laughing for? I'm asking a question.
Because, I mean...
Would India would have gone up?
I think she's wrong. Okay. I think she's wrong, but...
You laughing too much.
She probably had the time of her life. And you know she'll never forget it.
Well, she'll never forget. She'll never have another ticket wrong, like that either.
But that's one hell of a thing to put in the memory books.
Okay, and we will remember that when I'm leaving your ass. When I'm leaving you.
I wouldn't have gone up there. I'm not...
You wouldn't have gone up there if it was somebody you really want. Like I said, Usher. It's Usher.
No, because at the end of the day, like, married or not, it's still another...
That seduction come on.
Like, they're still real people.
I know. And he probably got a little chub
And I mean,
rock.
but Greeny, Usher married, ain't he?
Oh, man.
Yeah, he married. He an entertainer, so he's just entertaining.
Okay, well, Chris Brown then call you up on stage and start gyrating on you. Like I said, you probably had a little chub on. Because you know when you dance on somebody, you ain't just finna be flaccid. So it's probably a little in between hard and soft. And he rubbing it all on you.
No. I don't know. Hell no.
What? Ain't nobody give no lap dance.
He's an entertainer. Like, come on, yo. He's an entertainer.
He's throwing that ass in the circle in your face.
Definitely not up there getting hard on stage.
I didn't say he was hard. I said he was in between. In between. We don't know what's going on. But back like I said, do you have the right to get left? I think you do. If you ran up on that stage and you didn't even look back at me, listen, it's okay to go on. I'm not trying to control you. If you feel like you need to go up there with us, you go. But at least give me one of these. Like at least he says, is it cool? Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the sign language for is it cool? That thing. Give me some of that so I know that, you know, you at least had me in mind before you ran on stage.
I mean, yeah, she probably should have been like, you good?
Exactly. Because I'm going to keep it real.
This my favorite artist of all time.
I got to go up here right now and see what's going on with it.
Nah, but you don't know what you're going to get either, because she probably wasn't even expecting that man to do all that.
Hey, I don't know what he did for real, but I'm telling you, it was probably nasty.
I ain't seen this story.
Yeah, it's a real story. Now watch this,
and I've seen Chris Brown in concert, right?
Now, we all know Megan Thee Stallion came out through that first pitch looking like a whole everything. We all saw it. Now, what if Megan Thee Stallion called me on stage and gave me old lappy lap? Can I run up there and get that?
First of
without consulting you?
Based on the type of guys that she's talked to, I know that you're probably not her type. So I'm sure go get your lap dance.
Asking about her type.
Go get your lap dance.
I'm talking about her cheeks in my seat. Can I do that?
How is that any different than us going to like the strip club and
it's not,
you getting a lap dance at the strip club?
Perfect example. It's no different. So that's all I wanted to know. Is it okay if I would have ran up there on stage for the world to see? Would you broke up with me? Had I not even looked back, I just ran. Maybe like you, row AA, seat 12, come on down. I just ran up there full speed. Didn't even look back at you. You want to look back too? You want me?
Yeah, I want to look back. I
had to look back. So listen, moral of the story is she should have looked back. You ain't got to consult me, but you at least got to look back at me to let me know that, hey, It's getting real.
So you say he broke up with her. Did he leave her at the concert? Like by the time she got off stage, was he gone already?
That's a good question.
Or were they in the seats arguing with each other?
I didn't read into it that far, but I know that he did leave her. And I don't think he should. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't trip off stuff like that, man. Like, if you want to go up there and have a good time, come on back.
Because, like I said, it's probably it reminds me of remember people were buying his VIP package and they were taking out them crazy ass pictures with him.
That's probably all it was.
You know what I'm saying? Had I had a VIP package, I would have went back there and took a picture with him too.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Snuggled up.
No, I'm gonna keep it real now. If you would have bought a VIP package and I saw you bent over with your like, it's over. You got to go. Don't come back to me.
Dude, I would have had to leave that picture in a hidden album or something like that.
If you post I don't care who he is. If you post a picture with another dude and we married and you bent over with your finger in your mouth,
I wouldn't have done it. I ain't very
You just said snuggled up.
Yeah, like this, cheek to cheek.
Nah, yeah. You get that JCPenney prom picture up out of here. Stay back there with him. We say the grass ain't greener. You better go back there with Sea Breeze. Cause you're not coming back to be lovey. Didn't really have a ring to it like I thought it would. It didn't really ring out. Now, we got to switch gears because we're also going through something else I want to bring a little light on. We were supposed to talk about last week. I forgot to talk about. We are we're kind of shopping right now for a new home because we know the house is getting a little crowded. Too many people in here. We got a baby, got another kid, and it's us two. I need my space. She needs her space. These kids need their space. The hardest part of finding a new home now is trying to find a house that has a good school zone. I didn't know. Back in Mississippi, we had one school in my town. You went to that school and you figured shit out. It was another school, but nobody went to that. But it was one school. I don't know about Memphis, but now we have to find like zoning stuff. We got to put our name in a lottery and all type of stuff.
Memphis
like it's crazy.
Was pretty much the same in that regards.
So y'all can enter a lottery too? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can do a lottery. It's set up different. Because I think in Memphis you have to be like, it's like the day, the time that they say you have to be on there to enter it at this day, on this day at this time. But with Davidson County or like metro schools, you can, I think you can enter. I mean, if you wanted to enter the lottery now for a school and just, stand on their waiting list, I think you could do that. So it is different. But in Memphis, you just kind of finessed your way into the school you wanted to go to.
Somebody else.
Somebody always knew somebody that worked at the board. A lot of people's parents worked for the board. When I was coming up in school. But for instance, my zone school when I went to high school was actually Melrose High School.
You did tell me that. You told me that.
We had to do some things for me to go to White Station because my parents didn't want me to go to Melrose.
She ain't going.
My
she
mom
trying to be
went
bougie.
to Melrose. My mom graduated from Melrose.
It's crazy.
But
she don't want to go.
So that is something to think about.
I didn't know you had to think about that. Like, I just wanted to find a house that I wanted, you know what I'm saying, in the area that I wanted. But now, not only are we looking at the area, now we have to look at the schools in the said area, or we got to try for this lottery. It's too much going on. I just want to go, give me this house and give me this school, and let's just be done with it.
Well, and the thing is about metro schools in Nashville says they are not handling their business. They're not doing what needs to be done to make these schools better. The difference between, from what I've seen, and this is like me being younger and coming up in Memphis, is that Memphis had more options for good public schools. Like, it wasn't just one good public schools, When I was in high school, White Station was a good school. Ridgeway was a good school. Whitehaven was a good school. Central was a good school. Like, we had more options. Here in Nashville, the public schools are just
Ass.
Yeah.
It's what they told us. We don't know. So I'm thinking about this too. If we can't find the exact home we want in Nashville, in the area that we want in Nashville, should we consider moving?
Oh, I'm absolutely for that.
See what I'm saying? So that's consulting each other right there. I didn't even know she felt like that.
Well, I guess you ain't been listening because I've already said at some point in my life, I want to leave Tennessee. Like, I want to move outside of Tennessee. I am born and raised. This is Barrett's second state that he's lived in.
I've been
since
everywhere,
he's from
man.
Mississippi. I've been in Tennessee my entire life. So I would love to experience another state, not even a state in the South. Like, I'm not interested in going to Georgia or Texas or anywhere like that. I really want to experience something completely different from, what I know, just to say I did it. If we end up back in Tennessee at some point, that's fine. But I want to leave, at least once.
I'm with that. But at the same time, what type of research and thought goes into that as a couple now? Do we look at each other and say, all right, this is what we need. These are the things that we want, things that we don't want. And what type of timeline do we need to get? Because really, you a stay-at-home mom right now. All right? So let's just say, for kicks and giggles, we want to move to LA. And I say India. And you got to get a job if you move out to LA. How you going to feel about that? Oh my God. Last week, she forgot what PTO meant. I think she needs to go back to work. That's the kicker, right?
But
she wants to move, wants all this nice stuff.
So here's the thing.
But you gotta get your ass up and go to work now.
Here's the thing. It really just depends on what I would be doing, because we would still have to pay to send Shiloh to a daycare. Which is the whole reason why I ended up coming home with Blake to begin with.
Look how you trying to flip it on me.
Because we still have a baby. We got a baby now. But if it came down to it, I could go and get a job. I could probably go get a job tomorrow if I want to, with the skill set that I have and the things that I know. But, it's just working better right now for me to stay home with Shiloh.
It's crazy. They don't want to go back to work, fellas.
But
you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. They're not going back.
But also,
I got a question for y'all.
You're asking me about LA, and I don't want to move to California. So it would also have to be a place that we agree on
California
for us to move there.
But see, me being the person that works in the household, do I have more say-so over where we go?
No.
Ooh, I think I should. I think my opinion may weigh. Listen.
I mean, if your job
51, 49% right now.
If your job is if your job is the reason why we're moving to California, then that's different. But I'm not just going to pick up and leave and go to California because you're working right now. That sounds crazy.
But that's what I want to do. And I think that we should have the right to do that, because 51%, 49%, I'm the majority stakeholder right now.
We would have to be making so much money for me to uproot my life and go to California. What is the goal? Man. This is another thing. Like, what would be the goal? To
have a good time. Have a good time.
So that's not enough for me. That's not enough.
Have a good time.
Enough. And it's so far away from family.
Well,
Are we moving our parents out there too?
No,
like, what is it?
No, it's not.
Are we moving our parents out there?
My cousins, the first cousin, stay out there.
I understand that's your first cousin, but he has his own thing going on.
He can put me. Nah, I'm gonna help him out.
And his parents are living their life.
I'm gonna help him out. We're figuring something out. I'm moving. I'm moving.
See, this is where the conversation comes in, because in order to make that type of decision, you do have to be on the same page.
Consult.
Don't just come home with me to me saying we're moving to California tomorrow. And I am for letting you lead.
You're not letting you, but you're not though, because if you're for letting me lead.
What is the plan? I'm not just moving to LA because it looks cool and you think that's the coolest place on earth.
No, I don't think it's the coolest place on earth now. I think it's a cool thing. Heaven is the coolest place. Heaven's not on earth.
Heaven can be on earth. I think you can experience heaven on earth.
I do when I'm in that thing. I forgot the button. What's wrong with saying that? People say they experience heaven on earth when they in that thing. I don't think I said anything wrong right then. Why you looking at me like that? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? I'm keeping it real.
It reminds me of the song. Dang, that song came on the other day. Who are the people that sing that song?
I don't even know what song you're talking about. Help yourself.
Last night I was inside of you. Last night while making love to you, I saw the sun, the moon, the mountains and the river. I saw heaven when I made sweet love to you.
Talk to him, man.
But that's not what I'm talking about right now.
Okay. We digress. Bringing it back in. But I do feel like that if this is an unpopular opinion, that if you guys do talk about it and if y'all at a stalemate, a standoff, wherever has the greatest opportunity, that's the place that you guys should be looking to move.
Now, I do agree on that.
Okay.
But as passionate as you feel about moving to California, I would equally say that I want to go somewhere cold. Like, I would absolutely move to Chicago.
That's a deal breaker for me. I would divorce her.
You see what I'm saying?
I would.
You see what I'm saying? But, okay, so then I would have to divorce you for moving to California because I don't want to live in California.
If it's between my love and cold weather, shit, you can add that cold weather. I'm over here with mine. We can separate.
Or maybe we should look into moving to somewhere like Charlotte.
Absolutely not. Why would I go from Nashville to a lesser Nashville? Like, it's crazy.
Because they say Charlotte's a very good place.
Charlotte, like, you know, whatever.
Because they say it's a good place for Black people.
Atlanta.
I don't want to move to Atlanta.
See what I'm saying? It's crazy. I don't. 1,000 times over move to Atlanta.
It's just like,
I moved to Charlotte.
You should have taken the opportunity to experience California after you got out of college.
Let's just go ahead and break the ice real fast. Let y'all in on a little secret. I think we told y'all this one time before. When I graduated college, I was going to go to California to grad school. I made up in my mind I was going to UC, LA. I already knew I was going to go. But then I went to a party with the homies and I saw a girl with a fake behind and I ended up liking it.
That's not true. You had already started your master's program when we met.
I did.
So it wasn't me that kept you here.
Whoa, let's keep it moving because she's about to try to heal me up and I'm not for being
Well, you were already planted here. It wasn't because of me.
I know because of the business and partly because of you. I could have just left. I could have transferred schools. My credits would have transferred. But I stayed because of you. And now I'm trying to go and you won't even let me do my thing. That's the crazy part, man. When they get you, they get you. Now you laughing about it because you trapped me. 2 kids. Because she wouldn't get up. I told her to get up. She trapped me. Don't let it happen to you. Think. If you don't want to stay where you at.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about right now because both of our kids were playing.
You trap. The fix is in. You trap me.
Actually, the only one that was not planned was the miscarriage. That's the only one that wasn't planned.
I planned everything.
No, you didn't.
The fix is in. All this to say that if you are considering moving, you really have to, now that we are older, think about shit like that. Back in the day, I just wanted to move to a condo downtown because it was all about location. Now, you got to think about everything else in between, all right?
Also, I told him the other day, I was like, I really want to leave Tennessee, y'all. So consider this my manifestation. I just got to get more specific about where I want to go.
Here we go.
But these tornadoes...
I've never met somebody scared.
My anxiety is just like, wow, through the roof. Our next house, if we stay in Nashville, needs to have a basement. Okay? And I'm not even joking.
It's like 95 years old right now.
A basement, a storm shelter.
95 years old.
The storm shed in the back of the house.
You wildin'. Ooh, she wildin'.
Something. Because I can't.
I've never, so listen, when I drive and it's raining, she gets upset if I'm driving any type of way, but
because you're supposed to reduce your speed limit and you don't know how to do that.
My girl gets angry.
They got signs that say reduce the speed for a reason.
And I always ask her, do you believe in God? Well, you got to have faith that I'm going to get us home. I don't want to hear that right now. Just get us home. I mean, just chill. So something else that we have a problem about. Now, hold on. I will hit the button right here for B-Love's relationship. But I don't have my sound effects. But my relationship is this. I got to get into it real fast. Ladies out there, don't think we don't see what y'all are doing. We see y'all with the post-breakup the post breakup plan. We see you. We see you posting pictures, wearing less, going out more. We see you out there with a little makeup, with some eyelashes when you break up with your man. We know you doing it so he can see you. He sees you too, but I just want to let you know.
It's really crazy. No, you don't need to let them know nothing. Hush.
I'm proud of them.
It's really crazy.
You stepping on my point.
It's really crazy that like a couple can break up. And according to the guy, like, Slick will probably never know that they broke up, other than the simple fact that they just haven't posted any new pictures. But the girl,
okay, she gonna let it be known.
The girl has to post like subliminal.
She gonna let it be known.
Memes.
Why y'all do that?
She's definitely going out more. She's definitely talking about what you could have had and what you are missing, and I'm just
start showing a little cleavage in the camera.
Like, they must have broke up, and then
they put out a post.
And then they put out a post and said they broke up.
And they want I'm not going to. Can I say the risk?
No, don't say the risk.
Oh, I was about to get to it, but anyway,
don't say the risk.
We see you, and it's cool. Like, if you broke up with your significant other, keep doing what you're doing, because you're going to get him back. Because what's going to happen is he's going to notice it, and he's going to come running back to him. Now, my question:
they probably don't want him back.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They may be trying to reel in a new fish.
If you break up with this long-term person, and all of a sudden you start putting on for the gram, putting on for the top, and you out here like living it up, and you posting it all the time, you want some attention, and you want the attention from him. Don't get it twisted. And if he were to hit you up, not only are y'all gonna probably argue a little bit,
or she could just be feeling herself in her new bag. Like, what's her name? Tia Mowry.
What about her?
Like, she be posting. I mean, she's always posted all the time, though. But one could say the same. One could say the same thing, and I know she don't want her husband back.
But how you gonna say that? You just said she always posted all the time. If a person seldom posted, and all of a sudden they out here unloading the clip, I'm talking about beat, wearing a little bit
maybe
less.
She feel like her man was suffocating her, and it's time to step out.
Maybe he wasn't suffocating her. Maybe if she did all the stuff she doing now, she would have kept that man. Talk to him.
She could have just not wanted that man because he wasn't handling his business.
Maybe if she would have been looking like she looking now, he would have been handling this handle.
She probably was looking how she was looking
so
now.
We're not
he was
talking
just
about
holding her back.
We're not talking about anybody
was
in particular.
Appreciating what was in front of her.
We're not talking about anybody in particular.
No, we're not. These are very good scenarios.
But we are giving good scenarios right now. And I really wanted to paint the picture, because if you were to do that to me, I would just write you a message every time you post it. So you had to block me, because I would be on your head. I see you. Keep it up.
Oh, you would be blocked. You wouldn't have seen anything.
That's all I was saying. I see you. Keep it up. Because I wanted to know that I still see her. Like, I don't want you to think that just because we're not together, I can't acknowledge your presence. Because I might want to spin the block and come back around. And I want to be on your mind. Once we break up,
you need your eyes are blinded to me.
Hell no. Hell no.
Don't hit me.
Idiot, you told me the other day that some of your exes be liking your pictures.
They do.
So you didn't block them, so why you gonna block Big B Love?
As long as they don't message me or do anything disrespectful, then I
don't care either. But what I was saying, the point I'm trying to make is, you just said you blocking me. Because I'm saying that. Why?
Because like, you gonna be trying to shoot your shot again. So no,
all I'm gonna say is I see you. That's all I'm gonna say. I see you.
Don't see me. Close your eyes. You got nothing to see. You need to be looking at the back of your eyes.
I'm trying to see. You know, like the dude from the Chris Brown concert. I bet that girl gonna be at every Chris Brown concert now, trying to sit front row. No. And she gonna be posting a picture.
No.
Lonely, trying to get in back. But he gonna be like, nah, I see you. I see you.
Don't see me.
But there's nothing wrong. I didn't say this.
Like, ladies, when you move on and the nigga try to your old nigga message you some crazy shit like, I'm happy for you. Nigga, no, you not. Shut up.
How you know that man ain't happy for you?
When we got engaged, I had an ex text me.
That's wild. That's wild right there. You know.
What he say? He's like, congratulations on your engagement. Mind you, me and this nigga had not talked in years.
It's hate. It's hate. It's subtle hate.
And you text me talking about some crook. Boy, go to hell.
Subtle hate. And see, you making a good point, and I gotta shout out Melissa, because that's one of the main reasons why you shouldn't buy no cluster engagement ring. I know, because the hate is going to come. Like, for instance, if that guy would have texted you that, hey, congratulations, I see you are engaged now with your little ring. First of all, no disrespect, but don't say I see you engaged now with your little ring. Oh, that's going to cut deep. And if you got a little, like, I see you engaged now with your cluster ring. It's even worse. Now, listen, man, a lot of men make promises early on and they're going to upgrade the ring. And if that's you, that's your style, then cool. But just let your lady know, don't go flashing your ring all out in public if you don't want to be seen with the cluster buster. That's all I'm saying. You got to tuck that thing in. I'm not no hater. The only piece of jewelry that I really hate on, I'm going to keep it real, is the heart-shaped, like, pendant diamond necklace. That shit is. We did that in high school.
High school.
Yeah, that's it. We did that in high school.
I got a little.
You talked about
I got a little diamond or fake whatever.
Gold plated.
A cubic
It ain't fake. It's gold plated.
Heart necklace for Valentine's Day 1 year.
Yeah, I got a girl one for K's. $59.99. I say, man, I watched 6 cars that weekend. 6 for $60. Or 20. Me and Westside split it down the middle. I went to K's the next day. Got the ring. I mean, got the
Did we talk about that? The cluster diamond ring? Have we talked about that?
Nah, I thought about it right then. We didn't, because we saw Melissa last week.
So Melissa Fab Glance, so she's an influencer here in Nashville. She did a post on TikTok that went crazy viral and was like, stop letting these men buy us cluster diamond rings. Obviously, she got, a little bit of hate. And then she also got a lot of people agreeing with her about these cluster diamond rings. Now, the cluster diamond ring.
Talk about it.
It's not something that I have ever been interested in.
Talk about it.
I do prefer a center stone. Okay. And people are making some valid points.
I want to see something.
And so one of the points that people were making is, the cluster diamond ring more so speaks to the male ego and not the actual woman. Because we don't know too many women who would actually walk in and pick out the cluster.
That's a fact.
Right.
I don't know nobody.
And so they say, men will buy those rings because they want it to look like their woman has like the biggest, shiniest ring in the room. But the cluster, what is it? It's just like,
it's a bunch of
broken pieces.
Yeah, a bunch of broke diamonds and glass put together, I think. I don't know. Listen, man. I never did cluster diamond research because I never planned on getting there one. I knew the vibes. I already saw, like, hey, you can see through the smoke and mirrors. Like, we see what you're doing out there. And it was never like, don't even look good to me. Not even if you have a solitaire diamond in the middle and cluster rocks around it. If you like that, if that's your thing, by all means, like, let that be your thing. But I don't think it's the best.
Well, then she also made a valid point in how, instead of getting a cluster, you could also get a gemstone that's not a diamond. And truthfully, you can't tell the difference. I worked with so many women who did not have actual diamonds.
Really?
Can't tell the difference. Just looking at it on somebody's hand, you can't tell the difference.
So, but what color gemstone you need to get to make it look like a diamond?
Well, also it depends on what the woman wants.
Yeah, that's what it depends on.
Because
what if I can't?
I think that sapphire rings are beautiful, and so I would absolutely wear that now.
Okay.
We got married so young, it was just like I just want a diamond ring or whatever. But now, I would absolutely be open to something else.
I'm getting you that 10-inch bracelet with those clustered diamonds in it. Just so you can know the vibes. Nobody's going to know the difference.
They don't make that.
They don't?
No.
See, she want to go to Shane Co. Genesis. I just want to go to JCPenney. They got him with JCPenney for the low.
I'm putting in too many years of this relationship. You're going to...
The thing about it is she put in too many years, but how many years have I put in to sacrifice? What do I get?
What do you want?
The rollie?
One day.
Oh, no, one day, 10 years is coming up, like you said. But all that to be said, you stepped on my relationship.
10 years is coming up. That's crazy.
You stepped on my relationship and you stepped on my cluster diamond ring point. What I was trying to say about my relationship is, ladies out there, it's okay to show off. And I want you to feel confident, but just know that man, even though he might not say it, he sees you. Keep shining, queen. And if you got that cluster ring on, go ahead and shine too. What I was going to ask you, you said it's all about the ladies, right? What the lady wants. And that may be true. Say that. You did say that. You said that it's about the lady and what she wants.
When it comes to picking the rings,
right?
I do feel like the woman should be able to. If she's not picking the exact ring, I feel like she should at least be able to tell him the style of ring that she would like.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's a symbol of our marriage, but I have to wear it every day. I have to look at it every day. And I feel like, it should be something that I enjoy to look at.
That's facts. I was going to debate you about this, but I'm not, because I think that if you know your woman, and if you know for a fact she doesn't want a cluster diamond ring, if you do a little research, you can find her ring just as big or just as nice as you would that big ass cluster that you were looking at, probably for the same amount of money.
I think that you should, like, say for instance, you're seriously dating someone and you feel like you want to propose to somebody. I feel like you granted, listen when I say this.
Talk to them.
Because I've seen some situations where they look at rings and shit never happens. And no. If you know without a shadow of a doubt that you are planning to marry this person, and I listen to me, without a shadow of a doubt, do not just be doing shit just to do it.
I gotta say that
without a shadow of a doubt that this is your person and you are going to marry this girl. At least one time.
We got to talk about that before
just ask her, what type of rings have you ever, what type of ring do you think you might want? Or, y'all could go into a store, but let that be a one-time thing.
Oh. Let
it be a one-time thing just to get a general idea of what she likes.
Ladies, don't keep getting hit with the okie doke and the smoke and mirrors. The smoke and mirrors is, you've been talking to this lady for a year, maybe 8 months. Then you say, want to go look at rings. And then you take her to look at rings. Ladies, I'm telling you, if you think he's not serious, he's probably not. He's only taking you to look at rings so you can feel good about yourself. He's probably not going to buy you that ring. And then 2 months later, y'all end up breaking up. And don't go look at rings multiple times. You know what you want. You don't need to look at it again. You looked at it already.
You need to figure out what cut you want. And as far as the carats, he's going to get you whatever he can afford.
Talk about it.
And that's that on it.
We went to look at rings like maybe 3 times together, like on 3 different occasions.
Well, I mean, one of them was in the same weekend. Yeah. So I knew that Barrett was serious because the first time we went and looked at rings, we was with his family.
Let's see. If you do that, then you for real. He for real. If he takes you with his mom and his family to look at rings together as a team, he's serious.
And so I remember, what was it? What holiday was it? I think it was Thanksgiving.
We went to SIP.
So I told him that I was not spending Thanksgiving with his family. I wanted to spend Thanksgiving with my own family that year. Mm-hmm. And so I went to Atlanta to go to my parents' house. And he went to Mississippi
living my life,
time with his family. And our motto when we were dating was just kind of like, well, we're not married, so
we do whatever we want to do.
We do whatever we want to do.
If you ain't gotta go, I'm not forcing you to go nowhere with me. If you want to take your hot ass with your parents, then go right ahead.
Now it's different, obviously, because we're married. We spend the holidays together. We got kids. That's just how we roll now. But when we were dating, I was like, that's what you want to do? Go have fun. I'll check in with you. And so I spent Thanksgiving with my parents and my siblings. And I think the next day I was like, I'm gonna drive to Mississippi to see him because
she couldn't get enough of this funky stuff.
I like being with my family, but take family in doses.
Take something else. So
I got up and drove. Shut up.
Come on, man.
got up, drove to Mississippi, and I get there.
6 hours for some penis. It's crazy.
Nigga, didn't nobody come down there for that. I get there, and his mom is like, I gotta go to the mall. Something's wrong with my ring. So I gotta get something replaced on my ring. And I was like, okay. So we get in the car, we drive up to Jackson, Mississippi, and we go to the mall. They walk in the case. And they go, and the sales associate takes us to the engagement rings. And I'm just standing there, clueless. Because I'm like...
every bit of... How old were you? Every bit of 22.
22. I was just standing there. And then Barrett turned around, or maybe his mama... Oh, no, Barrett turned around. He was like, you see something you like? And I'm looking around like...
Come on, man. You know how I'm giving it up.
What exactly do you mean? Do I see something that I like?
Yes, sir.
I thought we were here for your mama.
Oh.
It was a setup. So apparently, I guess, during the time that he had spent with his family by himself, he had told his family that he was planning to propose to me.
2 kids later.
And so that was our first time. We looked in, saw a ring that I kind of liked. And he was like, we'll look again when we get back to Nashville. And I was like, I don't know how serious he is about this. So I'm not bringing this up. Like, I
let me lead.
I was like, I'm not bringing this up again.
She let me lead on.
And whatever. So we get back to Murfreesboro, and we are. It was the week had gone by, and the next weekend he was like, I think it was like Friday. He was like, all right, tomorrow we're gonna get up, we're gonna go and look at some more places for rings. And so I was like, okay,
it's fun. Gotta give you champagne.
Yeah. So then. Well, I think we just stayed in Murfreesboro, looked at the local store. So we was looking at like Zales, K's, stuff like that, Jared's. And I was
Jared almost had me too, though. He had some heat.
I was like, not sold on anything. And then he was like, well, okay, well, tomorrow we'll get up, we'll go to Nashville. So we got up, drove to Nashville, and that's when we went to Genesis.
First stop, done.
And we got in Genesis. I saw something I liked.
And that was it.
And there had
to be no round. When you had to go again, rounds. None of that. This what you like? Bet. This what she like. I ain't got to wear it. This what I got on, black. I don't care how I look. I don't need no diamonds. I'm going to break it and lose it anyway. Oops.
So yeah, I think that men should absolutely include the person that they're planning to spend the rest of their life with and see what they actually like.
It's all about inclusion, fellas. Just make sure you get what she likes.
Unless you just know your woman. Unless you just know your woman, because I have seen some situations where, the guy proposes and the ring just blows you like, damn, he did good.
Yeah.
But I still feel like in those situations, they at least know,
they know what she likes. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they've talked about it before. No man is going to go out there blind and just buy a ring for his woman. Y'all have talked about something before. And another pro tip, I got this from my homegirl. If you're dating somebody seriously, or you're just dating to getting to know them, it's good to keep track of things that they mention that they like in the notes section of your cell phone. Please do yourself a favor. If you hear your woman say, man, I like XYZ, I like acai bowls. Acai, I can't even say the word. Write it in your phone. Write her flavor down in the phone. Just so if she's having a rough day, you go to Eat Rose and buy her acai bowl. And then you bring it back home and give her some bowl and some penis. That's all you need. Make you feel better.
All right, guys.
Tell the people where they can find you.
India.Marie on Instagram. Make sure y'all go to YouTube.
Damn, we gotta say that in the beginning. Button. I keep forgetting to say that in the beginning.
Go to wherever you listen to your podcast and leave us a 5-star review.
Next week, I'm gonna have a new computer, but you can find me until then. Be Love 1911 on all social platforms. Please follow She and I Podcast at Instagram.com. Leave us a message. She and I Podcast at gmail.com. Hey, the visuals are there. The vibes are in order. But in the meantime, in between time, it's been real. It's been fun. I out.